Kaymak is a creamy dairy product similar to clotted cream, made from the milk of water buffaloes, cows, sheep, or goats in Central Asia, the Balkans, Turkic regions, Iran and Iraq. The traditional method of making kaymak is to boil the milk slowly, then simmer it for 2 hours over a very low heat. After the heat source is shut off, the cream is skimmed and left to chill, and mildly ferment, for several hours or days. Kaymak has a high percentage of milk fat, typically about 60%. It has a thick, creamy consistency, not entirely compact due to milk protein fibers, and a rich taste. The word kaymak has Central Asian origins, possibly formed from the verb kaymak, which means melt and molding of metal in Turkic. The first written records of the word kaymak is in the well-known book of Mahmud al-Kashgari, Kutadgu Bilig. The word remains as kaylgmak in Mongolian, and with small variations in Turkic languages as kaymak in Azerbaijani, qaymaq in Uzbek, in Kazakh, Kyrgyz, kaymak in Turkish and Turkmen. However, in these languages noun form of the word is not reserved for the produced end product, but it refers to the clot of any milk formed after boiling. Turkey. Shops in Turkey have been devoted to kaymak production and consumption for centuries. Kaymak is mainly consumed today for breakfast along with the traditional Turkish breakfast. One type of kaymak is found in the Afyonkarahisar region where the water buffalo are fed from the residue of poppy seeds pressed for oil. Kaymak can also describe the creamy foam in the traditional black Turkish coffee. Kaymak is traditionally eaten with baklava and other Turkish desserts, fruit preserve and honey, or as a filling in pancakes. Balkans. Known as qaymaq, it is almost always produced in the traditional way, in private households. Commercial production is also gaining in popularity, but the best qaymaq is sold at markets throughout the Balkans. The most expensive qaymaq is the freshest one, which is only a day or two old. It can keep for weeks in the fridge, but it becomes hardened and not as tasty as the fresh qaymaq. Qaymaq can also be matured in dried animal skin sacks, and this variation is called skorup. Qaymaq can also describe the creamy foam in the traditional black Turkish coffee in the Balkans. It is usually enjoyed as an appetizer, but also as a condiment. The simplest recipe is lepinja sa kajmakum, bun bread filled with kaymak in Serbia, consumed for breakfast or as fast food. Bosnians, Montenegrins, Serbs, and Macedonians consider it a national meal. Other traditional, sold in restaurants, dishes with kajmak include piljeskavica sa kajmakum, the Balkan version of a hamburger patty topped with melted kajmak, as well as barbecue kajmak, beef shank, simmered with kajmak. Middle East. In Iran, the words qaymaq and sashir are both used to name this type of cream. In Iraq, it is called qaymaq or qaymar and is very popular. It is usually served for breakfast with fresh bread, honey or jam and hot tea. Two sources to buy qaymaq in Iraq: factory-produced or local vendors, farmers, who are commonly named Arab, Arbans or Madan, and thus it's referred to as qaymaq Arab or qaymaq Madan as a farmer's qaymaq. It is usually made from the milk of water buffaloes, which are prevalent in the marshes of southern Iraq. Iraqi Jews of southern Iraq traditionally serve qaymaq on a kai bread and flavor it with date honey during Shavuot,